Biden of Borg. Give up your liberties and put on that mask.
We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to serve as us. Resistance is futile.
Biden of Borg, episode 2.5. Oh boy.
Months ago, this country didn't have nearly enough vaccine supply to vaccinate all or ever near all of the American public. Or ever near all of the American public.